Hood postman, reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's.
You know the vibe. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Know this. This is not a glorification or glamorization. This is the education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a lie, but you come right here to get the truth. Before they had handguns, they had hand guides. Man up. Let's get to it. How you guys doing? I hope you guys, welcome to the Mailroom. Welcome to the Mailroom Goons. Welcome to the Mailroom. Welcome to the chat. Shout out to Marlena Williams, Postmaster General in the house. What's good with you? King Mike, what's happening? XL, glad to see you on deck, sir. How are you today? Hope everybody is feeling amazing. I am amazing myself. I've been studying for these CDL tests because, man, they caught me off guard. I didn't think I was going to have to take all these tests. I haven't taken no tests since, I think, 2010 or something like that. So it's like, I got to remember all this stuff. But anyway, let's get to it. Your eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Keep that in mind. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. The reason we call where we live the hood now instead of neighborhood is because the concept of neighbor is missing. The concept of neighbor is missing. We all have pasts. We all have made choices that maybe weren't in the best interest of our communities. None of us are completely innocent. If you think about it, none of us are completely innocent of this because our communities look the way they look and they feel the way they feel because of the people that reside there or the people that was left in the care of those communities. But we must draw the line. We got to draw the line in the sand on certain behaviors. We can no longer participate in the nonsense and the buffoonery and the shenanigans, the shortcomings. If we stay average, we'd be hopelessly ever doomed to mediocrity. That's just the end of the day. We must blow up the mindsets of gang culture. Got to blow it up. Because what happens, if you continue to say you're a gang member or you're a gang banger, whatever one you choose, it is a cancer. And that cancer at some point will metastasize. In order to rid yourself of it, you must go down and get you some chemotherapy. Now, I don't know who's in the chemotherapy, but that's just these days and time, that is what they use to get rid of cancer, chemotherapy. Forward is not the only valuable direction. Forward is not the only valuable direction. Acknowledge going deeper. Acknowledge going deeper. Acknowledge going, freeing yourself, reassigning your DNA, freeing yourself from ancestral trauma, mastering soul lessons, and cultivate space for the abundance to flow, the abundance that God created, the abundance that God gave you, put in you, because he created you in your own image. And when you do that, you're able to move beyond. The reason we are not moving forward or progressing or even being successful as a group is because of hate some of us have for one another, the jealousy, that some of us have. These are percentages. Nothing is 100% in our community. We're monolithic people. We're not tied down to 100% this or 100%. There's percentages, but the percentages are so high that we got to do something about it. We choose to destroy what we have built, and that's been historically proven facts based on emotions, anger, or uprisings. We don't hurt nobody besides ourselves when we do these things. And we need to start building our own things. I just hope today that we choose to build, then destroy one another. We must stop that. We must stop doing that. And we just got to find a way to get it. And I know that we can't possibly take something away without having something in return, because the youth, they have a bunch of energy. They have a lot of time on their hands. And now that the streets are dead, the streets died the moment everybody got on the internet. And that's where you find most people. And that's why I'm here saying the things that I'm saying, in order to get you to further understand the importance of what we're doing and why we need to do it moving forward. When I was living, I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, let me see. I had my girl at the time, my kid's mother. Her mom had gave her a house, right? It's on Pearl Street. And we was living there. At this time, I had 4 sons. I had Melvin Jr., I had what you guys know as Caddy, Dewan, and then what you guys know as Little Melly. His name is Marcus, and then Dante. Everybody called him Tay Tay. And around the corner and directly behind that house, I got the other house behind that house. So the houses were two fences back to back, right? I can go leave the front house and walk to the gate and be over in the other house on a whole nother street. So right next door, there was a lady, her name was Miss Lucy. Miss Lucy was a real upstanding, prominent community activist, just an outstanding older lady, lived next door, adored her some Melly Bell, adored her some professor. And her daughter was Hermeta. She worked for the police department. And the things I was doing next door to her house, I had a great deal of my admiration, and I really respected her big time. And I would never let whatever was going on at this house affect her day or upset her in any kind of way. And she always called me over, whether she needed me to get her cat or go to the store or pick something for her, repair her fridge, whatever. I was always there to help Miss Lucy. And next door to me was another lady named Claudia, who had a crush on your boy too, right? So, but anyway, so we was there, and her daughter would be watching me, you know what I mean? Because she was the police. But what upset me about this whole situation one day, because I had some business going on with Captain Shahid. I don't know if you guys know who Captain Shahid was. Nation of Islam. We had a couple of things going. And I always know this. Evil lurks in places you would never imagine and tries to charm its way into your life. Often evil lurks in places you never imagine and try to charm its way into your life. And so anyway, he come pulling up at the house one day in his bright yellow Carnice, Rolls Royce Carnice. Man, I am livid. I am going out of, because this is like showing off. This is like letting everybody know you got this Rolls Royce, but yet you coming up. I'm already, doing what I'm doing at this house, right? Now he come in this big old canary yellow Rolls Royce. I was not happy about that. And I let him know how I felt about that. And he understood, he just, I guess maybe he was living a different life than I was, even though we had business dealings, but his life was consumed and and circled around being in the Nation of Islam and following the principles and articles of Islam, or the 5 pillars and the 7 articles, right? So, what happened one day, one of the homies, right? My homie Glenn, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Glenn. I never met him, but Glenn was always a trigger happy cat, and he was always getting into some stuff. But anyway, he had a car he wanted to sell. So I'm like, okay, I'll get the car from him, and he come by the spot and everything. And so he tell me what he wants. So I got to go get it. I got to get him. He wanted a ½ ounce of powder and some money. So I'm like, he didn't want the heart. He wanted powder, right? So I go get the powder, go around the corner. But meanwhile, I pull on the wrong side of the street. Instead of like traffic will be going this way, I'm on this way. I'm going this way, parked on the wrong street. And because my girl and my sons are outside of the house around the corner. So when I pulls over, there they are, like, hey, daddy, daddy, daddy. So I pull over. I'm in this car that I'm just, finna buy from Glenn. I got the ounce of powder, ½ ounce of powder, and I got a chunk of money. But I got a 22, right? A little 22 automatic or something. Thinking about 6 or 7 shots. It might even been a 25. I don't know. It was automatic though, a little small gun. Anyway, just a little pea shooter, something to sting you with, make you get out the way. But anyway, so I pull up, right, and I'm talking to my girl, and I look, because she had a look on her face, and I'm looking at her, and then I look in the mirror, boom, and I see the black and white. Whatever color they cars were at the time. I don't know if they were black and white or blue and white, but it was Compton, right? They coming up, right? And he coming behind me. And I see him getting out the car. I recognize him. Ooh, it's Blondie, right? Oh man. So I take the ounce, the ½ ounce, I take it. And when he come get me, I just throw it up in the air. And all the powder just went everywhere. All the powder was anywhere. By this time, he owned me, right? Me and him tussling, because he trying to get, I guess he trying to figure I got something else in my hand, because I got my hand balled up, and all the time I'm trying to get away. And we tussling, we fell on the ground, we tussling, and I'm trying to signal to my girl, because I got the gun sitting in the side pocket. I'm trying to signal to her to get the gun. But she was too scared. She was too scared to do that. But anyway, long story short, he called. I guess he had radioed for backup prior to jumping out of his car, or whatever. So they some more as they pull up, boom, 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 boom. Oh, they get me down, handcuff me, and all this stuff. So they trying to scrape up this ½ ounce of powder, which is everywhere. They can't do it because it's basically all in the grass, and it's like a little bit on the curb, but it's not enough for the significance enough for them to gather and build a case or whatever. It's like that's gone, right? So, but then I'm thinking like they ain't gonna find the pistol because it's like in a side pocket, like a little stash. Boom, they find it. I'm like, So it take me to jail anywhere. But when I get to jail, I see Harmetta, Miss Lucy's daughter, right? So she's looking and looking. I guess she's thinking in her mind, now what they don't got this fool in there for? You know what I mean? Because I live next door to her mom. I think she became more comfortable with me as time went by, and then she realized that her mom just was crazy about me because I was just, always helping do her stuff for her. And but anyway, she went in and got my people and told them, what was happening, and they came and got me out, and I was appreciative of that. But my point being is that those right there was friends and neighbors. We don't have that no more in Compton because we have allowed the gang culture to ruin that. It has spoiled it rotten. And now all we have is those communities where once the house that my father bought or your parents or anybody that's from Compton that bought them homes, they left them homes and moved away because they wanted something better. Now the parents, they want something better for their children. They don't want to be associated with a community that is raptured in gang violence, that is damaged by the political scene, and damaged by all the individuals there that's taken from it but not putting nothing back into it. And I tell people all the time that karma don't have no expiration date. The triple OGs, the double OGs, whatever you want to call them. Bam saying ain't no OGs. Raymond Washington's the only OG. Okay, fine. But whoever these people, whoever they call themselves, you can't be empathetic and remain on the sideline based on you helped destroy the community. Now you back after doing 20, 30, 40 years. And I understand you wind up in a deficit. You don't like the circumstances. And now you want to run from these things. Ronnie Scott, what's happening? And now you pretend like you didn't have nothing to do with it. That's what I get from a lot of these cats. What's the CDL test for, if you don't mind me asking? The CDL test is, and you threw me off my story, but anyway, the CDL test is 5 parts. It's got knowledge, it's got air brakes, it's got combination, it's got doubles and triples, it's got hazmat, and it also got passengers, and then you got some parts of the car. So sometimes the volume is good. Sometimes you got to just take all that stuff, man. And I haven't got no tickets, so they've been passing me up past. I think they threw me in this time because of my age. They want to see where I'm at. That's what I believe. Shout out to Cynthia. Appreciate you joining us, Cynthia. And Cynthia know well what I'm talking about because she fights for this community tooth and nail every day. Tooth and nail. She's there all the time. Matter of fact, I've been on the phone with her when they calling her over the Centennial to come check on these girls up there about to, get into it and lock it up. They call Cynthia. Cynthia goes up there. She don't, she knows well what it is. She knows how to deal with the circumstance, But we got a lot of people in our city just want to eat off the city, but don't want to really do nothing for the city. That's the part where when I talk about evil lurks in places you never imagine and tries to charm his way into your life. That's the part right there you got to watch out for, because we got to blow up the mindsets of the gang culture, period. We can't use that going forward. We can't, it don't have no purpose. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Marlena. Shout out to Jay Ship. What's happening, man? Shout out to Raymond Jameson. My brother, your wisdom always hits where it needs to be. So, man, I appreciate that, man. I just wish that more people would at least look into what I'm saying, man, because, again, the eyes are useless if the mind is blind. And so many people's minds are blind. They seeing these things. They seeing the disruption, the destruction, the degradation, the stagnation in the city of Compton. They seeing what the political people have taken from the city year after year after year after year after year. Right? They see all that, but yet they don't do nothing about it. All they want to do is complain. That's it. But they don't want to do nothing. See, there's a difference between a movement and a sacrifice. A movement and a moment. A movement requires sacrifice. So we got to sacrifice these people out. Get rid of them. They're no good for the community. They're useless. You got to put somebody that really believe in Compton, that really solidified Compton, knows Compton, and love the city of Compton and want to return it back to and restore it back to its original form. I moved there in the 60s, 68. Well, I moved on Spring Street in 60. I've always lived in Compton because I grew up on Aprillo. I was born on Aprillo, right? Then I moved on 135th and Avalon. I went to McKinley. I went to McKinley School, used to play in not Real Rogers, but Roy Campanella Park. Used to swim in Roy Campanella Park. Then we moved to Fruit Town, right? Went to Rosecrans Elementary then. And that's why I made all the Nathan Mixon's Gangster Nate and Marty and Wendell Fowler, Big Stanley Simon, Bubba Simon, Emmett Smith, Melvin Smith. Emmett Burts and Melvin Burts. All the Burts, Ronnie, all of them. Derek, I know all of them. Zenos, I know all of them. The Cubas, Bobby Cubas. I met the Hamiltons. I met Cordy and his family. You know, the Hunters, I knew them down there, you know. So there's a lot of people that still live over in Fruittown that was there back in the 60s. That show you how they kept their community going. Now, although a lot of people have left, you know, since then, probably because, like I'm telling you now, due to the gangs culture. Who wants to wake up to that every day? Who wants to wake up to people running and shooting and busting and drive-bys and, you know, doing all this stuff? Who wants that? Is that a way to live? Hood division, right? But here's the thing, right? The only limitations anyone ever has is the ones they place on themselves or they allow others to place on them. So what are we going to do about it? That's my question to everybody. What are we going to do about it? All around them, we are so lost, many misguided by older guys. You're right. And that's the problem, too. That's what Mom Jeremy said while the MWA came out and everybody, their mama was from Compton. That's true, too. That's true. I wish I could get Cynthia. Cynthia, can you come in? Can you talk? Speak on it a little bit. We got B-Rat in the high room. What's up, B-Rat? What's up? And the same thing me and B-Rat was talking about. In Inglewood Moments, we were talking about the gentrification and all the things. And that's going to happen to Compton, too. Compton is a very, 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 got the highest taxes in this, probably in Los Angeles. Compton property taxes is higher than Beverly Hills. Your uncle still got his house over in Kelly Park. Been there since the 60s, see? But my brother's in the hood at a lot of extent in Compton. Right on. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, what do we do? I'm open for ideas. We're Inglewood Moments. What's happening? I'm open for idealism. I'm open for suggestions. I'm open for us coming together. I don't care if you blood. I don't care if you're Pyru. I don't care if you're Crip. I don't care if you're BGF. I don't care if you Bloodline, CCO, whatever, Black Panther, whatever. Because I'm talking unification. I had a discussion. Matter of fact, the brother called me today. Brother Shakur called me today. You know, New African Party, Black Panther Party. He's part of that, part of the new guerrilla family. And we've been having some powerful discussions, and he want to do some things. You know, when he get out, he's on his last year. He's been gone since I think he said 85. So now he's ready to get out and do the work. He understand. You know, he's been doing all this reading and research and taking in all these notes and digesting all this information, but understanding that the political scene and understanding that the institution and the systemic racism is a real thing. What up, my God? No, I was tapping in. What's up, little duck? That's the homie Duck's son right there. They coming from what was called the hoods. Let's put it together, bro. That's it, man. Because here's the thing, man. The brothers that was getting at me, right? They was talking about in reference to all the Crips can't be Black Panthers, the Crips can't be, or the Pyrus can't be BGF or whatever. That don't matter, bro. We can all be a collective. I don't care what you call it, whether it's the the Vice Lords or the Black P Stones or the GDs, all them people, right? All them people, whether they're in Detroit, whether they're in Bmore, whether they're in New York, whether they're in Texas, whether in California, whether in Tennessee, New Jersey, wherever, bro, all black people need to come together as a collective and stop BSing and get back to the rap or get back to the hip hop culture that's delivering messages. You know, the real the hip hop that tells the people of the town, like during the time of slavery when they used to beat the drums were delivering messages to the people. So we should go back to that music where the music addresses the issue, but also give us the answers in the way we move in the night or tomorrow. You understand? And only we can interpret it because it's by us, for us, manufactured by us, for us. You understand? Yeah, we raise political power, financial power, unification. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was trying to get Cynthia to jump in. Cynthia, you got time to jump in? If you do, say yes, and I'll drop a link. Peace and blessings. Big on. What's up, Frank? That's my guy, Frankie Lewis, YA Baby. Man, y'all go follow him. Y'all follow Real Inglewood Moments. Follow Cynthia Nunn. Do all that. I'm proactive for everybody. I'm pushing for everybody. I don't care. I'm on the block, right? Like I was telling B-Rad how, I told B-Rad maybe next week, Valley. Okay. I was telling B-Rad, when we were talking about the community, how we set up shop over there, how we used to do, and dudes would be just hating on us because we get more than what they doing. That's how it is. That's how it is. Rob Media, you want to jump in with me? I know you got something to say. Oh, jump in with me, bro. Everybody see you looking like Duck. Yeah. Community resources for independent people. Yeah, but how did we lose that? How did we lose our independence? I think Martin Luther King realized that what he did, you know what I mean? Because he had a dream, right? Listen to what he said. I had a dream. But did I had a dream? Did you had a dream? Did he had a dream? That was his dream, right? But did he discuss it with everybody is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that his dream was wrong or anything. I didn't say that. I think that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final say so in all this. That's what I believe. Did I put the link in the chat? Oh, I did. Okay. I want somebody to jump on in with me. Talk about this. Come on, B-Rat, jump in there. Let's talk about this. Whether it's Inglewood or Compton, it's all the same, bro. It's all the same. So anybody have any questions? Tap that, y'all. Tap that, y'all. Right on. One of our major problems is that everyone wants to be chiefs and leaders and not realizing that we need professors and spiritual healers and doctors and etc. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need. Oh, you're in the fourth quarter. You don't have a lot of time. Right on, bro. You're right. You're right. You're talking about us as a people. Integration was a very bad thing. Yes. That's advocating. But he did say the two most dangerous things in the world are sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. We see that too. The sincere ignorance is you just don't know, and the conscientious stupidity you know and don't care. You know. Do I need to put the link in the chat again? Oh, y'all afraid for this conversation? I mean, this is a conversation we gotta have. No, y'all agree with that part. And every now and then, I like to give other people's opportunities to come in and say things that may be thought provoking or something that I don't miss, that I miss. You know, that inspire me. I love to be inspired. I think everybody has the ability to inspire somebody and say something that's thought provoking and that's motivating and conducive to way we are moving in this day and time, and we don't be limited. You know. Uh-oh, what Mike in there begging about? Right on, right on, Cynthia. Mike, what is Mike begging about, Marlena? I see him in there. He like James Brown. Please, please, don't go away. You need Marlena on the panel? Yeah, Marlena could jump in there anytime she feel like it. She can do whatever she please. Yeah, thank you for the cash out. Appreciate you. Anybody have anything to add to what I'm saying? You know, because I got some more things about what Brother Shakur said. I talked to him today, and he was laying it out, and he was talking about basically Corcoran and how they're mistreated in there. You know, but he was talking about that now even the brown people are coming around and understanding that they've been misled, they've been deceived, they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled by white supremacist talking points. They understand that. And that's amazing, you know, because there was a time when the Black Panther and the Brown Beret were like this. There was a time when Martin Luther King and Cesar Chavez was like this. Because they were both living above ground at the time. But what I'm saying is, though, those movements was simultaneous. They wasn't divided. They wasn't separated. They all had the same ideologies. Now, I'm not saying that it all worked out for us. Yep, you're right. Big top banks. Ronald Green. you, you like that, huh? They go Ronald Green. He coming in talking that stuff, right, y'all? We gonna get him, right?
What do you mean by
that? No, I was trying to ask somebody to jump in the chat. I wanted somebody to jump in the chat so we can see what their opinions is on it. You know, we can look at this, right? Look at this right here. Wealth. This is the thinking. This is the thinking we should have. Read daily, set goals, compliments, embrace change, forgive, talk about ideas, continuously learn, and take responsibility for their failures. Then these are average thinkers. They watch TV, they never set goals, they criticize, they fear change, hold grudges, talk about people, think they know it all, and frame and don't take, and they blame others for their failures. That's what they do. Average thinkers. And wealthy thinkers, you see what it is, you know. So are you an average thinker or a wealthy thinker? Your choice. Your choice. I ain't making this stuff up. This stuff is as real as it get. And we got to get, you know, Dr. Claude Anderson said that if we don't get it together, we're going to be a permanent underclass. That's scary. How many of you guys follow Dr. Claude Anderson? He said if we don't get it together, we're going to be a permanent underclass. They're already talking about what, 2030 or to somewhere there won't be no more combustible engines on the streets. And they go. I don't know what the lowrider people gonna do. I guess they're gonna put electric engines in their cars. I don't know, but they're gonna. There's a lot of things that's changing that we got to get ready for, get prepared for. There's a lot of things that's going to happen in this next decade that we've never seen or never even thought possible. But we got to be ready for it. You got relatives like that on point? Yeah, we got to be ready for it because there's some things that's happening, and the things about that distract us. There's so many things like Charleston White. I like Charleston White, but I still believe that he's a distraction. Whack 100. I feel believe that he's a distraction also. Because they sit up and they throw people under the bus and they talk about people, and I don't know whether it's true or not true, but I know it doesn't do nothing to motivate and push the people in the direction that they need to go to in order to be upstanding and right with one another. How many other group of people do we see on the internet acting and behaving the way they do? I don't see no Asian people doing that. I don't see the Italian people doing that. I don't see the Greeks doing that. I don't see the white man doing that. I don't see the Latinos doing that. Just us. Why is that? We have to sell our black politicians like Maxine Waters. I say, man, I totally agree with that. I totally agree, man. They enrich themselves while they sink you further and further into poverty. That's what it is. Once you become in that day one 1428, 11428, that's what they do. That's what these politicians do. I want y'all to look at this. What y'all think about this little? I'm trying to do a little bit of animation now, right? And I want to see how it works and how it come across. But here goes something I did.
Now, hold on. We gonna get suited and booted, but first we got to come butt naked to the top. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now, our traditional symbol in Compton Crip was the bald head, the chain and the crosshead ring. You know what I'm saying? That's how we knew who all Compton Crips were. You know what I'm saying? Because we had the bald head. You know what I'm saying? And the Ace Deuce. Now, our original symbol was two canes like this, with a gangster hat at the top, and the C's on the top, on the side. You understand what I'm saying? Crossed up. You know what I mean? That was our original symbol. And it was just so more beautified, man. But us being together, everybody was inferior of us like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no problems, man. Not in jail. There was nobody trying us, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny, right? I want to try to get into a little more of that and get a little more in depth and just see what do you guys think about that? You guys like that or disapprove? What you guys think? I'd like to hear y'all honest opinion on that. I'd like to hear y'all honest opinion on that. I got two things going on right there. Well, I guess we can't get nobody to jump in and have this discussion. And I got to get back to studying. So I appreciate everybody that joined us in. We got 39 minutes in at least. But we'll try to be back tomorrow, and maybe we'll have a guest on. That way we can have a multitude of things to talk about. I appreciate everybody that joined us. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. What's going on, LLC? What's happening? Recordings, Brian, recordings. Michelle, hope you had a good day. Good night, Professor. I will. And I appreciate everybody that joined in. It's always a blessing. Matthew, Aaron, what's going on? My dad, disciple, my dad, discipline. My dad was 55 when I was burned. Men had a table, women had. Yeah, you're right. I appreciate everybody that joined us. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the 1st and the 15th, man. Go on and get up out of here. Let me see. Take us up out of here, shouty.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products to the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it. I just make it happen.